Okay, so this is my first day of doing skincare, self-care. Um, I want to learn how to do my own nails, and so this is my first time doing my own acrylics. They look really bad. Um, I don't know how to use like this drill thing. I don't know how to use this either. Um, I didn't watch any like manual thing, but I just did it from like the top of my head. But this is my first one, and I'm gonna try to fix it a little bit, but it looks like it's the shiny stuff. It's not, just bumpy from like that coat I put over it of the acrylic. I think you're supposed to buffer it out, and I didn't. I just painted over it, and I use an eyebrow thing to put the acrylic on it. But look how crooked this one is. Wait. But yeah, today was my first day that I had the energy. Actually, this is my first day. I know what I want to like do with myself. Like, I want to be a homebody, but I don't want to be on social media all the time. I want to like do stuff around my house, like my nails, my facial. I made myself matcha. And like I want to like hobbies. I want to do like hobbies around my house. I want to be a homebody, an actual homebody. I've been a homebody, but I just scroll my whole time. And today was the first day because I'm, healing, and like today was the first day that I had the energy in my whole life, and I was just like, I'm gonna do a self-care day. And I started doing this, and then in the middle of it, I was so excited. I took a picture. I had my cute little robe on, and I started crying. And I had to lay down. I was like, I had like a sadness, like a sad energy came over me, and then like I felt like something in my stomach, like I don't know. So I went and laid down, and I cried for my stomach. I was like, I don't know, and I felt so vulnerable. And like I chat GPT, like, what is going on? Like, what am I feeling? And it's like, this is my first time in my life that I felt safe in my body. I've been taking L-thiamine and ashwagandha every day, and it calms my anxiety, my nerves, and puts me in like that meditative state, the state of like parasympathetic state, because I can't get into it because of my breathing. I've got like chronic fight or flight breath pattern, and so with taking those, and then also doing ketamine once a week, and healing and journaling, like I've really been doing a lot of healing. And also I realized, so I've been doing healing really slowly. So I started last year, and was very controlled. I was still in the sympathetic. I still am, but it was very controlled. So when I was done with my day, I'd go home, I'd look at my picture, I'd do shadow work, I look at my picture, and I'd just stare at it, start crying, and then I'll be good for the day. And like every day I would just do a little bit, something, and that was like, I was crying and releasing stuff, but very, very controlled. I was still functioning. And then I think in January, I started watching, this YouTube thing about your breath work and putting in the parasympathetic. I've never been in parasympathetic. My whole life I've been in the sympathetic. Parasympathetic is where like the rest and digest and where you heal. And so I was like, okay, so I started doing the breath work. And then I was like, well, why don't I change my breath to be in the parasympathetic state all day? So for 3 months, I changed my breathing to 10 seconds in, 10 seconds out. And I would control my breathing all day until it became a habit. And I was in the parasympathetic for 3 months straight. And then that is when I started just going crazy, because what happened is, with healing, like someone with my type of trauma, it needs to be very slow, very controlled. It takes years, 5 or 6 years, because it's slow. But what I did is I which I didn't know, because, you know, on a line they tell you all this stuff, but, you know, you're supposed to go to your therapist or your provider and talk to them about it, and then they'll put you on like a little schedule. But I was like, no, I want to heal. So instead of like every day just doing one breath work, or like for 5-10 minutes being the parasympathetic and then go back normal, I was like for 3 months every day, just like that in the parasympathetic. I changed my breath work. Then I would do 5 different types of breathing works every morning, like force myself to like just heal. And that's not right. Like, so pretty much what I did is I like fast like 6x my healing. Like, so after I did the 3 months and I was in the parasympathetic, in April I started like having a little bit of anxiety. I never knew what any of these were because I never felt anything before. I was always in shutdown, but I felt a little bit of anxiety. I'm like, what is this? And I got really like scared of going to work, and like I started having these little feelings. And then in May, same. And then and then the beginning of June is like, actually the end of May, it was just like done. Like that, I had got full-blown anxiety. I had to quit my job. I couldn't talk to anyone. I couldn't make eye contact with anyone. If I talked to someone, like I'd have the like scared feeling in my gut. I couldn't be in public. I'd get hives. I couldn't do anything. I would just come home and I would just cry. And that was from June up until like this month. I just cry. I had all these new symptoms. I felt depression. I felt sadness. I felt like hopelessness. Like all these new emotions I've had stored inside of me, but I've never felt them. Just started coming out, and I'm just crying. I start crying at work. I'm like crying on the way home. Like I have bad hypervigilance. Like I cannot control what's going on in my body. And it's just like, you know, it's like never ending. So it's like, it's like every day is a new emotion. Every day I'm crying about something. I can't control it. I'll cry in front of people. Like, oh no. Oh, that sucks. Oh, the acrylic's not dry. Yeah, these are like the worst, but I'll get better at it. But it's just like, I just was like, something is going on with me. Like, I do not know what's going on. And then come to find out, what was happening was me doing that breath work, like forcing myself to be in the parasympathetic for 3 months straight. Like, whenever you're in the parasympathetic, you know, motions will like, you do like 2-minute breath hold, and then you are parasympathetic and you cry because emotion comes your way, and then you process it. But I was in it for 3 months, so all of my stored trauma all came out at once. And you know, I had all these issues because it all came out once, and I didn't know how to regulate. And then my nervous system went offline because I had to like recalibrate, because I didn't do it slowly and like, you know, yeah, crazy. But yeah, suicidal, and like I'm like, I don't even know, like just crazy. But I am really happy that I am at the end of it. It's been 6 months of that, 6 months of just anxiety, depression, all that new stuff coming out. And then I feel like I had a time where like I would have like, I say, why do I do this? Like, I feel this. And then I would like, as soon as I said that, I would think about it in the past, like when that happened. And I was just like, cry. And it's like, yeah, but I am very happy. I'm not done. I cried twice today. And I cried yesterday a couple times. But I'm at the end of it. I've done like the hard part. I've done a 6-month long period of breakdown. And so I've done the hard part, so I'm so glad that's out of the way. And I still have like a little bit more stuff that I'll probably, you know, it'll probably take me the rest of the year. Just a little here and there. I'll just, you know, cry for 5 seconds and be done, just so I can just release it. But I'm really happy that I'm finished with that step, and I'm relearning how to be back into society pretty much. I still have a little bit of anxiety about my face, because I know I have a bad RBF. I have a very distinctive, like, mean face, and I know people say that I look so rude, and that gives me anxiety. But I'm still working on that. But I'm just happy that I'm coming out of it. I'm still alive, and I'm just happy for the next chapter and what that brings for me. I am on yesterday was my 6th dose. I have 8 doses left. I don't know how much I don't know if I'll finish. I'll do all 15 of it, just because like it's very hard on it's very hard on you. Like I couldn't swallow it anymore, so I would hold it on my tongue and I would swallow it so I could have a psychedelic trip. But then I can't do that anymore because it's back in my liver. It's hard on my liver. I was having like sharp pains, and then whenever I take it, I was like, okay, so I'll take a little bit sip so I can do like a controlled trip. But it hurts my eyes because like my eyes are closed, but I'm moving my eyes, like looking, like, I'm going back to the past. I'm like walking around and my eyes are moving like as like in real life. And then after the trip, my eyes hurt really bad. And I feel like my teeth are gonna fall out because you have to hold the ketamine, like dissolve it under your tongue, but like you have to hold it for 10-15 minutes. But the ketamine's like really strong, and so it's on my teeth. I feel like my teeth are gonna fall out. So I'm just like, I don't know how long I can do it. But I know I'll at least do 10. I know for a fact I'll at least do 10, but it's like I don't know if I'll go all 15. I think the last week of December is gonna be my last dose. But I mean, I really don't. For me, the ketamine, it didn't help with anxiety. It helped really good with depression, and it helped with like a lot of my emotions. It helped me defrost more. So for the ketamine, it helped me with my depression. It helped me with my hopelessness. It helped me with, it helped me become more present. So I was in like freeze. Like I'm still in freeze, but like it kind of like fast forwarded a little bit to where I could like the fast forward the healing every dose I take to where I can be more present every time. And then the more I'm present, and also it like defrosted, it brought a lot of my emotions up that I've never felt but that were stuck in my body. So that was going to be what ketamine helped. And then ashwagandha helped me with my cortisol, my stress. Because I have chronic stress. I'll be laying in bed and like that tense feeling, like I don't know, something's wrong, uncomfortable feeling. I just have that. And I'll do my breath work and I'll do like a 2-minute hold, like, and then I'll feel like fine. And I can feel it like compile back in my body. So ashwagandha is really helping me with that. And then L-theanine. It's been like the game changer. Like this helps me feel like calm, like peace. I'll look at the trees, look outside. It's like I'm looking from first person. Like I'm like I feel like I'm in my parasympathetic when I'm on this. But this is probably a game changer. This also helps me with my REM sleep. So before I wasn't having like REM dreams. It was just random dreams. And then I started taking this, and every dream I have, it's like emotionally charged. And it's crazy because when I first started having REM dream, I would be so raw and like manual, like with my transactions, and so like overwhelmed because I was processing more emotions in my sleep than I was like ever in my life. So I was like really like emotional, and like my hypervigilance and like my stress, like I was like on high alert. But now I do it because of this, I do it all the time. And I literally, it's like I don't feel anything, it's like normal. But it's just crazy. I never had REM sleep, so I was never processing anything for 26 years. Like anything like that happened, and I just like, kept it down because I didn't want to like make a scene. I didn't want to be like seen as a baby. Got stored and just stayed there. And it's like all this stuff was getting, more and more stuff was getting stored. And it's like I was like, there's no way I could have, with like trauma, if you don't release it or heal it, it comes out another way. You have health problems, like it affects you. It doesn't leave the body by itself. And so I'm really scared for my brother, because my brother has way more trauma than I have, and he's 28, but he still like doesn't think he has that much trauma. And like the biggest step is like realizing that. Like I think on the DSM-5, like you're like on, I'm an 8. My rating is 8. My brother's is I think 9. He didn't have any physical abuse, but he was like other ways abused. But my brother's a 9. I was 8, but as soon as I realized all my trauma, like I became a 7, because like realization is like the big step, and then it's like when I started healing, like, you know, you go lower and lower. So I think I'm like way low now. I think I'm like 5 or 6, like probably 6. I was 8, now I'm 6. But the more I heal and the more I integrate and process, the lower I get. And I'm really happy. And today's marks a very significant and important day in my life. This is my first day ever that I have not been scrolling on TikTok or something, because I don't have the energy. Like, not like physically, but like mentally, everything exhausts me. I couldn't ever just sit here and just like do my nails and be happy about doing my nails and like face mask and matcha. Like today was the first day, like because deep down I know my inner child wants to be that girly girl, pampered purses, but I'm in survival mode, and like it's hard to get from survival to, you know, that mode where you can have that stuff. And today was like the first day I actually was like, I'm gonna have a girl's day, and I made matcha and stuff like that, and I started crying because it's the first day, and like I'm very happy, and I'm really happy for many more days. I'm gonna stay here in this apartment for a little bit longer until I am like more, I'm not even gonna think about it until next year. But I don't think I can stay here very long because there's no windows, and I need windows. Like, this is a garage turned into a studio, so it's really nice. I love my first studio. Everything's brand new, but there is no windows, so it's a little depressing sometimes. Like, I have to go outside every day. And yeah, but I'm really happy. I'm still nervous about social because I don't know what my personality is. I'm healing, but I don't know what it is. I don't know. You know, before, when people get to know you, then they're like,